lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my 2020 predictions. These are world predictions, environmental predictions, political predictions and celebrity predictions. So if you like this video, please hit a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you like tarot readings, celebrity psychic readings, spirituality and all that good stuff, because I upload videos about that every single week. If you'd like to have a private reading with me, then just email me at KirstieLewisReadings@outlook.com, and you can also follow me over on Instagram at I am Kirstie Lewis. But let's get into the 2020 predictions. Okay, so I made all my predictions down in a little notepad here once I was meditating, and they're in no particular order. We've got celebrity, politics, environmental, all like kind of down here in just a mix. So the first thing that came through to me was there's going to be sad news announced for Kris Jenner or around Kris Jenner, but specifically Kris Jenner, not the Kardashians, Kris Jenner. And underneath I put her mum MJ question mark, so I don't know what's going on there or if something's going to happen around there, but there is going to be some sad news that she announces. And I think I mentioned this in the Kardashians reading, but I think we will see her withdraw back from like the public eye kind of thing. I think we have already kind of, but even more so. And underneath that I had in capitals Rob news. So I think we might see Rob Kardashian step back into the limelight in some kind of way, because he's been quite in the background as well. But I think we're actually going to see him, because we haven't actually seen physical Rob, have we? We haven't seen what he looks like, so I think we're going to see him again. Underneath that I put that we're going to have a big baby boom in Hollywood. Lots of pregnant celebrities. I feel like there's going to be a royal pregnancy as well for Princess Eugenie. I put Princess Eugenie, it could be anyone, but I specifically felt like it was her, and I did specifically get royal pregnancy. In terms of the energy of 2020, there will probably be a lot of pregnancy announcements just in your own life, a lot of engagement announcements. You'll probably see some divorce announcements. You'll probably see people moving in together more, because this year the whole energy is we're going to get things done. So I feel like 2018, 2019 and 2020 were kind of like a trilogy, all kind of raveled into one. 2018 was quite a wild year, like lots going on, big party, woo, let's just have fun, carefree, do what we want. And 2019 off the back of that was like, crap, I've spent the whole year doing what I want, everything's in a mess and I don't know how to fix it. And that was the whole energy of 2019, and people describe 2019 as a roller coaster. And in my 2019 predictions, which I'll leave down below, I also said it was going to very much be like that. Everything was coming out of the closet. So that's what 2019 was like. So off the back of that now, we're now organising, we're now clearing space. This is all about getting things done today. A lot of mindfulness, a lot of being in the moment, a lot of let's just do it, you know, things that you've put off for years. It's kind of like, let's just do it now. It's that kind of energy. It's ballsy, but it's peaceful. It's not like hectic. So like you'll find if you have any challenges this year, there's always going to be challenges in life, but in 2019 they were quite hard to deal with. The energy was quite hard and harsh and tough. 2020 should feel a lot easier, and you'll find that the universe will bring people in and things in to help you. It's not so much on your own. I feel like 2019 was very much, okay, do this on your own now, you find your own way. But 2020 will be a collective. It's like a whole energy. It's a real energy of we are one, like the whole world. You'll see things connecting together, things moving as one. It's a very spiritual year. 2020 is clarity, so lots of clarification on situations you may have struggled with in the past few years. Lots of things coming to the surface, lots of things coming to light. It's a healing year. It's a very purified year. So it's quite exciting and quite nice. So yeah, lots of pregnancies probably to be announced. Politics, I said there's going to be continuous talks between Korea and the USA, and actually I feel like there's a lot of secrets. Like I said, things are coming to the surface. A lot of secrets we're going to hear that Trump has been doing behind closed doors that he shouldn't have been doing. And one of them that came out from Spirit was expect to hear more news about missiles in particular, and that Korea have been selling missiles to the States. So I feel like Donald Trump's been doing a lot of things behind closed doors that he should not have been doing. And I feel like a lot of that's going to come to light this year. Next we've got Trump will not be impeached. I've got that in capital letters. I've got underneath he will run for presidency again. He won't win, and there will be an attempted assassination. This is what I've got. Now, I don't feel like it'll be JFK attempted assassination, like with a gun or anything like that, but I do feel like someone will plan to take Trump down. I feel like he will run for presidency again, and there will be a woman that runs against Trump for presidency. I put that she will be a woman of colour. I don't know if she's a black woman, Hispanic, but I feel like she's a woman of colour. And I feel like she could win. I don't know whether she will, but I don't think Trump will be going back into the White House. But he will be running against this lady. Spirit said that unfortunately we could see the death of Prince Philip this year, who is the Queen's husband. He's very elderly. He's lived a good life and a long life, but I feel like we could see him pass away this year. Something special is going to happen in Australia. Spirit kept taking me to Australia, so I don't know what's going on over there. But they said like a vote for independence, but Australia's already independent, so I don't know if it's like a vote to not be ruled by the Queen of England, because I know that they are, and I know there's a lot of people that don't want that, so I feel like there could be a vote for that, or announcement about the Olympics. I got that strong ties to Australia with the Olympics, like they kept showing me the Olympic Games, so I don't know if they're going to host or say that they're hosting that in the upcoming years, or that they're just going to win a lot of medals at the Olympics. And I also got that there was a special pregnancy for the country, so I don't know if they've got a prime minister or something, but it says a special pregnancy for the country, so whatever that means. I've got here more prevention and invention for natural disasters. So at the moment, obviously in Australia there are a lot of fires. There's been a lot of fires in America as well. I feel like, I know this is very strange, but Spirit told me about this. They're going to invent like a new kind of soil. I feel like it's going to be quite groundbreaking. So they're going to invent like a new kind of soil so that things don't set on fire as easily. They're telling me it's going to be quite wet. I know this is really random, but I have to put this in here because this is what they told me, to prevent fires and natural disasters that we've been seeing over the recent years. There's going to be a lot of peace talks between countries, and they will be televised. So I feel like a lot of things that have been happening behind closed doors with governments all across the world are going to now be televised, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of petitions and peace talks for people to know exactly what's going on in their governments. People are not taking this BS anymore. They want to know what's happening, and they want to know what's happening now, because our world is in need of, well, we're in crisis. Look, you know, we're in crisis, so we need to know what's happening. We all need to be part of the government, not just them having these conversations behind closed doors. Brexit. Brexit will happen, I think, and I actually put here, once Boris Johnson is done with Brexit, then he will be out. He just wants to get Brexit done. I put Boris Johnson may stand down later in the year once Brexit is complete, but Brexit will be complete, and here in the UK we will see a price boom after Brexit takes place. Things will get a lot more expensive for us, but Spirit made me feel that even though there may be a potential recession for us here in the UK, they have made it into a positive thing. So they're saying there will be positiveness to come from it. So if you're in the UK, don't panic, we'll be all right. It's going to be a big year for film and the movie industry. We've got a new classic romance film like The Notebook or Gone with the Wind, Sound of Music kind of film to be produced. It's going to be very big. I think it's going to come out summer, so like June, July, August. It's going to be a really big success, and we're going to see a lot of breakthrough actors and actresses in that film. So, you know, like years ago it would have been like Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore. You know, they're like first ever roles. We're going to see a lot of actors and actresses play their first ever roles in this movie, who will go on to be the next kind of starlets of Hollywood. There's also going to be a new Disney film which will be big. I'm talking big like Frozen. I feel like it's been years in the making. They will say probably it's been about 5 years in the making. I feel like that's coming, and there's also going to be a big announcement regarding Disneyland, and maybe a new Disneyland is opening in a different country or something like that. Something like that we're going to see. So basically, you're going to see a lot of people's final projects this year. So lots of films, lots of albums, because people have been going through stuff 2018, 2019. So they've been writing, creating during that time, outletting things, getting things out. So now we're going to see the final like projects this year. So you'll see a lot of albums, a lot of movies, a lot of projects coming into fruition. They're going to happen in 2020. So that's good. I've also got something happening around Chris Brown. I couldn't quite pick up whether it's positive or negative, but he's going to be talked about in the spotlight. I do feel, unfortunately, it is a scandal, but they just kept saying Chris Brown, Chris Brown, Chris Brown. So look out for some big news happening around Chris Brown unfortunately they matched it to the Rihanna thing, so he's going to be really like in the forefront, and unfortunately I think it's something to do with his mental health, and he really needs to look out for that right now. We could see pregnancy news from Nicki Minaj this year as well as divorce news from Nicki Minaj too. Lots of peace rallies, so we're going to see more rallies and petitions, but in a peaceful like protest. So lots of walks, lots of things shut down. We saw this year in the UK, it was the Extinction Rebellion, if I'm right, in London. They shut down literally like the whole of London. We're going to see a lot of that, a lot of peaceful protests, not like, you know, running in and ambushing things, like very peaceful protests, just like sitting, meditation, like these kind of protests we're going to see. I also predict this year that I have put here a young black leader reminiscent of Martin Luther King. So I feel like there's going to be a young African-American boy, I want to say boy, 18, 19, who is going to lead some protests for Black Lives Matter and the community in America, and he's going to be very reminiscent, and I don't know if he's connected or part of Martin Luther King's family, but he's going to remind us of that. Lots of talks from him, lots of protests, not protests from him, but you know, going into the White House, having talks. We're going to see a new leader be born this year for the community and that organisation. Yes, so I did put during the presidential election in America, there will be more scandals to come out of the White House. There have been things going on in that White House. My goodness, Spirit made it feel very scandalous. So there's been a lot going on behind those closed doors that we, as not just a nation of America, I think the world is going to be quite shocked to hear. Some things I had underneath were money laundering and fraud, and then we've got passes that have been made in secret regarding discrimination, human and minority rights. So I feel like they've been passing laws in secret without going through the proper processes of doing it, and I feel like a lot of this is going to come out in the next general election, where things are going to be leaked. Same thing happened here when we just had our general election here in the UK. A lot of things came out, documents that were leaked about talks that were going on, so I feel like a lot of that's going to be leaked in the presidential election. 2020 is all about clarity and tending to the garden that has been grown from the seeds of 2018 and 2019. So like I said, 2020 is about things now coming into fruition. So everything you've been working for, and I know you will have felt, everyone would have felt this, and hit a thumbs up if you agree. You would have felt in 2018, 2019, I'm putting in so much work and nothing's happening, and every time I feel like something's happening, I'm getting knocked back, and every time I feel like finally I'm getting the outcome, it's not happening. It's going to happen this year. Everything you would have worked for in the past 2 years is going to show up. Like I said, 2018, 2019, 2020, all trilogy. They're tied, they're connected. Strongly believe that. Like I said, I've got it here. Think of these 3 years as a trilogy, with 2020 being the final chapter. It's time to enjoy the fruits of your labour. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your own predictions down in the comments below, because I'd love to hear what you think is going to happen this year. I think it's going to be a very exciting year for everybody. Hit a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. You can email me if you'd like a personal private reading at KirstieLewisReadings@outlook.com, and you can follow me over on Instagram at @IamKirstieLewis, and I will see you soon for another video, lovelies. Bye!